Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this time around I'm going to vlog about tip number 7. So you're about to graduate your English fluency, because I'm talking about, of course, tip number 5. And tip number 5 would be um, fluency in English. What I mean fluency in English is that you don't stammer, you don't mumble, and you don't delay your message, or whatever you want to convey. You do not translate your thoughts from of course from our language, which is Filipino, to English, because um, it still causes delay when it comes to automatic speaking. Because if you try to transliterate, or to translate in your thoughts, then or to translate your thoughts rather, then it's difficult for you to say the words, because instead of you talking quickly, then you have to translate first. And that is also the reason why we Filipinos don't to speak spontaneously, because we use translation. Actually, before, I used to translate my thoughts in from Tagalog to English, but then since I discovered that that is not effective, then I tried my best to forget about translating my language, which is Filipino, to English. So yeah, and I actually found found a technique in order for me to avoid mental translation, which is, of course, watching podcasts. Because the more you watch podcasts like UK, Australian, then subconsciously you think in English and you don't think in Tagalog. So that's why I keep doing that all the time. So especially if I don't have work, yes. And I know also for a fact that, of course, if you use Google Translation, sometimes the translation is inaccurate. So same as mental translation. So avoid doing that. And what else? Yeah, so about translation. And what else did I remember? So I think that's the last tip, which is don't translate in from our language, which is Filipino, to Tagalog. And then what else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. And in addition to that, if you're going to read a novel or a short story, make sure that you have to bombard questions about what you are reading. Because, of course, if you try to question or ask about the story, then it will really improve your curiosity. I mean, it's not gonna be boring, because yeah, you try to question or to ask what is the story about, who are the characters, and why do these two people fight, and then what is the plot, or what else, yeah, so something like that. You have to come up with questions so that it's not gonna be boring for you to read a novel, because I tried that before. And when I was reading a novel, just few pages, when I read few pages, I really got bored. So yeah, and also I tend to forget the characters. So what I do is, I try to remember very well who are the characters, so that, because there are times that the narrator, or the writer doesn't include their names page to page, so sometimes I tend to forget that. Yeah, and yeah, as I mentioned, you also have to be yeah, as I mentioned, curiosity is also important, as I mentioned, because, of course, if you're curious with something, then it stimulates your brain, and it stimulates your interest because you keep on questioning or asking. And I actually do that when I converse with people, or especially my students, since I'm an ESL teacher. Like for example, repeating and reading, I think that's absolutely boring because what is the purpose of, you know, students learning or education in English if, you know, the student has to repeat only and read? So I believe that they cannot expand their vocabulary, and they will never improve for good because, you know, this student just read and repeat. So yeah, I actually bombard my students so many questions, even though they get annoyed, because I just want them to, you know, to level up their English. And that's absolutely effective because if you ask a student even a simple question, of course, it will, or the student will pause for a while and think, oh, what's the answer for that? So yeah, so that's really my approach and my method when it comes to teaching kids. I don't want them to just repeat and read a sentence or paragraph. I tend to question that student right away, so at least they can work on their spontaneity and the way they answer that. And of course, if they don't know, I mean, if they don't know how to respond orally in English, I of course first try to send translation about, you know, my questions to that specific story. And I also believe that curiosity is so much powerful because the reason why I say that curiosity is powerful is, of course, we derive from curiosity, like our professionals, doctor, athlete, lawyer, scientists, astronaut, they actually derive from curiosity. That's why I always say that I actually came up with this quote that um, being curious is better than smart people. Why do I say that being curious is smarter than people, or is smarter than, yeah, smarter than people? Because of course, um, curiosity came first before they become like before they become astronaut, or before they become professional. So they derive from curiosity at first before they achieve their dreams, or, you know, before they pursued their goal. So yeah, just work on your curiosity, and I believe that with your curiosity you can learn so much things in life. And that's all for now. And of course, if you like my video and if you feel that you learned so much from me, don't forget to click the red subscribe button down here for you guys to notified every time I upload new videos. And yeah, so that's all. God bless, and I hope that you are all doing good.